Thank you, Matt. Good morning to the West Coast. Good afternoon to the East Coast. This is John Cooper with the December National Sales Call. Thank you for your time today. We'll jump right into our call. A couple of quick announcements. We are recording this, so we'll certainly get this out this afternoon to the group. I know Team ACS is in a sales summit today, so I know they're waiting with bated breath to watch or listen to the video this afternoon. Any comments or questions you may have, please use the chat feature. Matt will monitor that because everyone is muted other than the speakers today. So we also have had some issues with phone call quality. I just got a note from Nick Zeiser that has been completed, so hopefully we have no issues there. If you do, please drop off and dial in with your cell phone so you get a better call quality. So with that, we'll dive right in and get rolling with our presentation for the day. Our agenda is typical. Opening comments to start. Joe will share those with us. We'll talk about where we are, sales results to date for the year, highlight some recent wins, our organic growth initiative, and then we'll finalize with closing comments. We'll probably be somewhere in the 25 to 30-minute range today tops so that we can get everyone back to their day and closing deals so we can hit our annual sales goal. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Joe in Walnut Creek and let him walk through opening comments. Joe?
Thanks, John. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. If you would, just go to the next slide. Thanks, John. So I wanted to start off just a reminder on the employee referral program that we have in place. Non-producers, $1,000 for referral bonus. Producers, $15,000 for referral bonus. We've gotten more traction on this lately. Thank you for that. But again, you know, our very best people come as a reference from the people that we have here. So we'd love to write more checks on this and would appreciate any and all referrals that you have. I always say this every time. The delta between the non-producers and the producers, this isn't the way that we value people, it's the way that the market values people, and we wanted to make it reflective of that so that we were competitive with the marketplace. So again, anybody you have, just reach out to your business unit leader or someone else and make sure that we get those referrals in. Next slide. So this is a change upcoming. So our Ascension Summit Club, as everyone knows, is designed to recognize and reward sales excellence and provide memorable experience for winner and their guests. Our sales culture continues to evolve as we add tools and we add people to our sales team. So we're making a change for 2017, probably the worst kept secret. We are moving the Summit Club qualifying from 150 to 175 for the trip in 17. So that would be the Summit Club trip in 2018. It will be 175 to qualify for that. So not a huge change. We had 20 people already qualify for 2000 and the 17 trip in 2016 and 150, and the vast majority of those people are already above 175. So it made sense to raise the bar. Every time we've raised the bar, you guys have responded and you've met it and exceeded it. So that is very cool. I'm sure we'll do the same thing next year as well. So reminder, our national sales meeting, if you haven't already made your trip reservation, is February the 8th to the 10th. We're once again in Westin Lake Las Vegas. We have looked around a good bit, just as a side note. We've looked around a good bit at different locations. We haven't found anything that really, as far as ease of travel, that time of year weather, etc., that's exceeded the location that we've been at. We've had good success with the group there. So once again, we're doing that. We'll tell you once again in 18, we'll probably look and see if we find something that we like better, just to change it up a little bit. But so far, we haven't been able to find anything that it works as well for travel and arrangements. Wanted to remind everybody that we did put in a qualifying criteria for the national sales meeting. So for those, it's validated producers. Keyword there is validated producers with a 2-year average of $75,000 in new annualized revenue are eligible to attend, or a validated producer that sells over 125 in 2016 So you can have had a really good 16 and qualify. You could have a good 15 and an average 16 and qualify. And then also, this is important, non-validated producers in good standing and meeting established objectives are eligible to attend. So for those people that have not validated yet and haven't hit those sales goals that were previously discussed, but they're non-validated producers, they are eligible to attend. Last thing I'll say on this is that this is not cost savings. This was never intended to be cost savings or anything else. This is a culture. Producers are expected and are accountable for their production goals. And what we were putting in place is much more about the culture of being a producer at Ascension, and it was zero to do with cost savings. We'd love to have more people go each and every year as we grow. So again, this is about our culture. This isn't about our expenses. And lastly, I just want to give an update on the fourth quarter sales contest. As a reminder, this is simply a contest that we ran last year. It's October 1st to December the 31st, so the fourth quarter. New annualized revenue with effective dates during the contest. First prize is what we call the Ascension Rolex, which if you haven't seen it, ask Jonathan Lancaster. He'll show it to you. Second prize is an Apple Watch or, and this is my or, a Yeti cooler. They're about the same price, and Yeti coolers are really cool, and Apple Watches are not so cool anymore. So if you win second place, let John know which one you prefer. Third place is an Ascension G-Shock. Fourth place, set of steak knives. Actually, they're pretty nice steak knives. So let everybody know what the current leaderboard is. Mike Weintraub out of Walnut Creek is leading, closely followed by Kristen Aldaco out of Fresno. And then it bunches up after that. We actually have three people tied in fifth place, which is amazing. So I think it is still anybody's race. We are a little over $1 million. We had about another $350,000 to go to hit our 2016 sales goals. So if you would very much focus on getting in the sales force, those wins that you have, and let's make it a competitive race. With that, I'll kick it back over to John.
Awesome. Joe, thanks a lot, and safe travels to LA on your way to the ACS team meeting. So thanks for that help. I will add one more thing. Joe mentioned we've looked around a bit for national sales meeting. We exhausted that earlier this year and chose to go back to the Westin. The Westin is also in process of a significant upgrade to their facilities. They're upgrading all of the rooms on the property as well as the meeting rooms. So when we arrive in February, all of the rooms that you'll be staying in should be updated with new modern furniture, etc. And after we leave, they'll do the meeting areas. But we should see a new and upgraded Westin when we get there in February. So, okay, let's dive in to the matter at hand and take a look at where we are overall from our 16 sales goal as we close in on the end of the year. So this is our written new business by month, updated through yesterday. So the bad news is we missed November by around $130,000. We kind of saw that coming as we moved into November. We entered November with a pipeline coverage ratio of right around 4.2 times, which is less than our 5 times expectation. So every month that we've gone in without 5 times, we've missed. So clearly that 5 times coverage ratio is important to our success on a go-forward basis. The good news is we entered December with an 8.5 times coverage ratio prior to 12/1. We did have a number of 12/1s that it appears we did not win. That coverage ratio is down. It shows 5 times right now on our remaining sales goal. So right now we're at $245,000 of 536 for the month. That's probably a little less important than the overall number, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We're at 7,942 for the year on a goal of 8,305,000. So we're so close to hitting our goal. We're over 95%. We'll discuss that in a couple more slides in more detail as to where we are there. A quick shout out to some of our business units that have exceeded their goal for the year. Team ACS significantly over, Team Pan Am and Fresno as well. So congratulations there. Georgia is awfully close to their number, and hopefully between now and 12/31, we can get some closed deals in Georgia to exceed their annual sales goal there. So instead of walking through all the pipeline measures for the rest of the year, et cetera, I thought we'd go short and sweet as to what we have right here. And so this is our remaining sales goal for the rest of 2016 and our pipeline analysis. So as you know, our goal is $8.3 million. As of right before this call, we have sold $7,949,016. So we're 95% of our goal right now, and we have $355,000 left to go, which is certainly something that we can do between now and 12/31. Our pipeline is around $1.4 million on an all-in basis, which gives us our coverage ratio of 3.91. You may ask why I said it was 5 a minute ago versus 3.91. I'm doing the pipeline coverage ratio on a day-to-day basis. So our sales pipeline dashboard that we send out and all the graphs are based on are as of yesterday. This number is as of today. So we had a couple of deals from yesterday that didn't go our way. I took those out of the pipe, and so we're down to $1,387,000. Also, as you know, we track closely our pipeline by stage, and 50 and 75% is really where we look proposal presented and negotiating proposal finalist. We're at 52,634 for 12/6 through 12/31. We'd certainly like that number to be significantly higher. Later in the presentation, I'll show you exactly what's in that number and what we can do to get to our goal. But this is a quick reset of where we are right now to goal. So 355 is a number between today and end of the year. And we'll touch on that again as we get a little closer to the end of the call. So next, I'd like to talk about our annual sales goal leaderboard, something we put into place in third quarter of this year. We're tracking where we are to goal by person. So congratulations to all the sales team members on this slide that have exceeded their goal for the year. Just for perspective purposes, last month we had 17 sales team members that had exceeded their goal. We have 20 this month. So congratulations to Nestor Aldaco as well as Paul Tamburi for exceeding their goal, and also Dan Gardner, who joined us from Greenpoint, has exceeded his interim goal as well. So congratulations to those folks, and I hope to see a lot more on this slide for the next national sales call. This is where we are from a 50 to 100% of our annual sales goal. We've got a few folks that are really close to trending into the 100% plus, and then this is our less than 50% of the annual sales goal process here. So we do that just to bring attention to our annual sales planning process. It's important with how we do that and how that rolls into our budget so that we can forecast throughout the remainder of the year. So congratulations to the team members who have exceeded, and continue pushing hard for the folks that are right on the edge there to exceed their goal. So now we'll transition into highlighting some new business wins from the past couple of weeks. We'll jump right into the Eastern region with Bob Gunn. As you may know, Bob joined us from the Transure deal in 2013. He runs our wholesale program there with motor truck cargo and physical damage. Bob won back up trucking for around $18,000 in new revenue. This was a client of Bob's that he lost last year to Endurance, which threw just a crazy price on the table that the buyer could not refuse. Bob stayed in the game, stayed in touch with them, knew that price wouldn't stick, and he got the business back this year for, I think, 11/15 effective date. So congratulations, Bob. Nice work staying on top of that and winning that business back for sure. The next is a team win with Harvey Brown and Jonathan Lancaster. You'll see his nice fancy new Rolex there from the Q4 sales contest last year. Harvey's had a relationship with Sharp Interiors for a number of years. In fact, he worked hard on the P&C this year. It just didn't go our way. During that process, he identified a need with benefits, so he brought Jonathan in, and Jonathan was able to find a plan design and coverage that worked for Sharp Interiors, and I think it went effective 12/1. So it was a great team win between Harvey and Jonathan. So congratulations to both of you guys. We expect that benefits win will play well for the P&C mid-year of 2017 for Harvey. So look for a future success here as well. Next, I'm going to touch base on a Western win with Mike Weintraub. Our Western sales leader, Fred Basana, is at open enrollment meeting today and could not make it. So I'm going to do a win for him, and Greg Merrill will join us in a moment to do a couple of other wins from the West. As Lee Page calls Mike, he's Mr. October for us. The guy is a fourth quarter machine. Mike closed Cross Channel, which is a technology company, for just shy of $40,000 in revenue. This was a sphere of influence referral. Had changes in leadership at Cross Channel. They reached out to someone that they do business with and asking who could help them with their 401k and other products, and they brought Mike in. They did a fantastic job getting the 401k as well as a cash balance defined benefit plan. So, Mike, congratulations on that nice win. Keep up the great work, and I think Mike is getting his wrist size for a brand new Rolex as we speak. So, with that, I'm going to kick it over to Greg Merrill in Fresno to highlight a couple of wins in his office there. Greg?
Thank you, John. While Mike is getting his wrist size, he might have to watch out for Christian Aldaco, who we'll be mentioning on this call in just a second. But I'd like to start with Stephanie Mikowski, who had a great new B of R win for Rogem Incorporated. Rogem was a referral from one of our current clients, a chicken harvesting company called EMV Inc. The owner there, his name was Jesse Rodriguez, and he knew the owner of Rogem. His name was Charlie. He basically went to Charlie and said, "What are you waiting around for? You should be working with Stephanie. You should be working with Ascension because of all the additional resources that we have and the expertise that we have." And Rogem is in the labor contracting space. So when Stephanie first called Charlie of Rogem, it was July. And first thing he told her was, "Give me my rates, and then I'll know if I'm going to go with you." So she said back to him verbatim, she said, "Well, okay, sounds good. Let me bust out my crystal ball, and I'll, try to figure out your rates." And so they both kind of laughed, and he realized it's not that easy. Stephanie brought Sal Gaitan out to meet him in the middle of a vineyard to speak about the loss control piece that we bring to the table. But again, Charlie was still just concerned with price. Stephanie didn't let that get her down. She kept talking service. The other broker was bad-mouthing us in a big way, saying, Ascension, Pan American, Walter Clark, they're all the worst. Don't go with them. They don't know what they're doing. Stephanie stayed the high road and never talked bad about the other broker, just focused on our services and what we bring to the table. Then she was so inspired by George Lucas on her drive back from Jackson Rancheria, where we had a West Coast sales meeting, that she got on the phone with Charlie, hashed it out, basically took rate off the table, and let her know she wanted to work on the long-term approach to give him a healthy, strong business that can put food on the table for his kids. So at the end of the day, she got the signed B of R on November 1st, and she got it at a gas station on the side of Highway 99 at 7:30 p.m. at night. Despite the bad-mouthing of the broker, overcoming the price issues, service issue, blocked markets, everything, she was able to close the deal. This was not an easy process, as you can tell. It started in July and finished in December. So a lot of lessons there. And that year-to-date, Stephanie's at $74,000 in new business revenue for her real first year as a producer out of the SEAL program. So hats off to Stephanie there. Next one is $92,000 in revenue from Mr. Christian Aldaco. This one was featured in the Ascension Connection, which we have all committed to memory, I'm sure. And Christian was in the bookkeeper's office where he has several clients. And this client was in the office just kind of hanging around, and the bookkeeper had said to Christian, hey, this guy, his other broker and has some issues with his farm labor contracting license. In order to be an FLC, you have to be licensed with the state, and there's a lot of paperwork and stuff you have to go through. So Christian said, hey, we do that. We're pros at it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a service that we bring to the table. So he stepped up and got them to the licensing department here, consisting in this case of Martha Zarate, and they were able to get it taken care of. Christian showcased our loss control services throughout the year, and actually let me preface this by he had this conversation with this insured back in 2015, but during 2016 is when he was showcasing our loss control claims, licensing, placement capabilities, etc. And that was also in conjunction with Christina Gomez, who he brought out to showcase our claims expertise. In the end, Rachma realized that Christian had done him a great favor back in 2015, getting the licensing done, and ultimately he gave us his workers' comp. Probably, key things here is that this was based and came out of a center of influence, which is a bookkeeper. Christian worked to build relationships and demonstrate the differentiated, components of what he brings to the table versus other brokers. And in addition, brought in other team members, so it wasn't just a solo win. So great job, Christian. And John, back to you.
Awesome. Greg, thanks so much. I appreciate you standing in there, and great wins all the way around for all of the sales team members here highlighted. So congratulations to all, and also, Greg, thank you for standing in here. So we'll turn our attention to our organic growth initiative now to finish out the call. And this is, as we talk about on a regular basis, our sales playbook is really how we do sales at Ascension. Is the blocking and tackling of what we do on a daily basis from a sales perspective. So we've touched base on our 2017 sales planning process a number of times over the last few calls we've had. Our sales leadership team meets Thursday of this week to finalize our 2017 annual sales goal. That number is not complete yet. We're getting very close, but we're going to work very closely with the sales leadership team and the finance team this Thursday to get that finalized, and then we can share that with you on a go-forward basis. We also have some exciting and new sales leadership changes coming for 2017 that will be announced soon. But before we move to the next slide, I thought I'd give you a sneak peek at what we think our sales goal for next year will be as we close in on $8.3 million. Most likely our goals will be right around $9 million, maybe slightly higher than that, based on how our numbers roll up, which will be around an 8% year-over-year growth in sales. So most likely we'll see the $9 million number on our next call, and we'll break that out by business units as well for the group to see. So more to come on that as we finish out 2016. So we've all seen this slide a number of times, which is our sales stages slide, and it shows what our sales stages are and where they are on the opportunity screen. We talk about this regularly and the importance of moving that through the cycle, and it's really never been more important than it is today, as we still focus on the $355,000 that is remaining to close out 2016 and hit our annual sales goal. The sales leadership team is working very closely in the 50 and 75% ranges to see what deals are out there and what we can push over the line. So this is, I referenced this earlier, this is an extract from right before our call today of our pipeline in the 50 and 75% categories by producer. So as you see, this rolls up to $52,000. We'd certainly like that number to be higher. It'll give us a better confidence level that we can hit the 355. We do see deals get closed that come out of the 10% and the 30% sales stage, but not as often as we see in the 50 and 75. So the point here with this slide is I'd ask that each one of you go back and look at your pipeline individually for the remainder of the year see where your sales stages are, and if you have an opportunity that is at 10 or 30 and should be at 50 or 75, please update that, because we're looking at this on a daily basis from a sales leadership perspective, because our goal is to meet that $8.3 million number. So please help us by taking a look at that, and if you don't have something in Salesforce, please get that information in as quickly as possible. Our December campaign launches are highlighted here by sales team. I won't go through those. Those are pretty easily seen. So if your name is up here and you've got a launch schedule for December from your 2016 sales plan, please work closely with your sales leader to make sure that gets out and gets out effectively. And as we come to the close of our call, a reminder, our Summit Club is at the Nizuc Resort and Spa, April 27 to 30. We have a number of Summit Club winners this year, highlighted on the right in this graph. In red are the new sales team members that, since the last call in November, have obtained the $150,000 mark to attend Summit Club. So congratulations, Christian Aldaco, great year. Javier Hernandez, as well as Jorge. So we have several others that are in the 130 and 40 range that I expect will transition into the $150,000 range between now and 12/31. So it's shaping up to be a fantastic Summit Club, and I look forward to seeing more team members there as well. So last but not least, I'll leave you with a final look at our remaining sales goal. So we're at $7,950,000, 355, 340 get there. We have 18 working days left. That includes today in 2016. That equates to $19,743 per day to hit our goal. We certainly can. We did more than that last year, so we certainly feel that we've got the pipeline and we've got the sales team members to get this across the line. So please let us know if you need help to get any deals closed, and also take a few minutes to make sure your pipeline is as accurate as it can be, so we can look at this information daily to determine how we can get across the line. So with that, we'll end the call for today. Thank you for your time and your effort. I hope everyone has a fantastic holiday season, and I look forward to chatting with you in January and celebrating us exceeding $8.3 million. Thank you, and have a great day.